Hey guys, it's Bradley back in the brewery at an awkwardly high table, but no one wants to stare at my belly, so I raise the table up. It's great. So first things first, I need to say thank you. There's a couple, 2-3 YouTubers, Brewtubers, that have actually given me some advice lately on, maybe a tripod to use, a mic to use, lighting, all these sort of things. And so thank you, Brian, David Heath, and Larry. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate you answering my questions and talking to me. I'm blown away. So, into the video. Brewtools was kind enough to send me the new and improved recirculation pipe and the mash hat. All of these items now have been shipping with the new B150 as well as the B80. I think the B80, if you got a new B80 since early this year, you probably have the newer stuff. If you don't, you're like me, you have the older design. So, and I also have the new mash tun feet. We'll talk about those in just a second. So, first thing you'll notice, side by side with the old one, same height. They lost the extra holes here on the top. I never quite understood them either. I guess they decided they were better off without it. I would agree. The opening is much bigger. And then obviously there's no O-rings, at least these kind of O-rings on the mash hat, or the ones that are on the center pipe are now obsolete with this new setup. So I believe the new center pipe that comes in the units is it's just a straight shaft with no O-rings or no grooves cut for O-rings. So this is available, I'm pretty sure, very, very soon to anyone with a B80 and B40 to retrofit if you want the newer style. So we're going to talk about what they've done. There's this larger O-ring seal, and it just sits on the top and makes a nice seal. This isn't going to rip like some of the other ones. It's not going to need any kind of lube or anything like that. So it's much better in my eyes. And this other end is much beefier. It's really stout piece, and it just fits down in there. So definitely I think we're going to have, I've not tried it yet, we're going to have, I'm assuming, much better flow and control. So that's great. And there's also some other options open up with this. And then it has these other O-rings. They've got a round O-ring, and it has like a chamfer on each side, and that's to seal on that center tube, I believe. And there's a chamfer, a groove inside of here that this guy sits. And they simply just pop them in. It's easy to do if this table wasn't absurdly high, but then we'd be looking at my belly, and it's not everyone's thing. So that is in there, and that's pretty much it. So if you guys want one, you can get it. I suspect, I haven't tried it, don't quote me on it, but I suspect that this one you may actually be able to get a little more tension and a better seal down on that bottom plate. Maybe it's just a wish of mine, but I bet, just based on what I'm seeing here and the tolerances, that that's the case. How easy this is to slide on, I couldn't say yet. A little bit of water in there when you slide this thing on probably goes on lickety split, especially if it's warm. Obviously it's going to be pretty hot when you would do that, I would assume. As for the O-ring seals, I don't know quite how many the other one's going to come with, but they sent me a couple, or they sent me the stuff just so I could talk about it, look at it, and so I could have it. And it's great. Thank you so much. Second thing is the new mash tun feet. The old one I have here, it's just a little bit thinner material. Ever so slightly thinner, if it even is. And it's got a better, the foot is like, you probably cannot see this, but it is like 2-3 times the mass of the other one. So that just fits on there pretty snugly. Oh man, yeah, so that's probably not going to have any issue. The issue with the old one was just all that weight focused down on this tiny little piece of metal there. No surprise what's going to happen. And then you can just reuse the old wing nuts. Super easy to put them on. To get the old legs off, just simply grab it, pull that one in. It takes a little bit of force, and this other one has a little keyway. So it's pretty straightforward, if you ask me. I'll also maybe later show putting this on the center pipe or the mash tun, whatever you want to call it. All right, so we're gonna swap this real quick. It's an Allen key inside of here. I found out I don't need an Allen key to get mine off. So just back that, wing that off, and switch over the leg, or the handle. It goes this way, it's concave to match the side of the vessel. Make sure it's snug on there. Easier to do if you're not filming, by the way. Then just simply run down the wing nut. And that's it. New foot, shoe installed, ready to brew. All right, guys, one last little tip here. When you're retrofitting your system, those O-rings are gonna have to come off in order to get the new one on. So that shouldn't be a... All right, so once those O-rings are off, there's that new O-ring. We'll get a good look at it. And here is one up close. I don't know if that's showing on camera, but it has a little chamfer on both sides. It just helps it seal better. So just push this guy on. Ooh, that is nice. That's definitely gonna hold down that bottom plate. That's really good. Super pleased with that. Very nice to see this. Fixed a couple issues here, and that is truly awesome. Here's the top piece. I got the steel still stuck on there. No. When it's on the unit, it's easier to install. And it is indeed on all the way. I wanted to thank the guys at Brewtools again for making this awesome product and to continuing to innovate. It's super cool. Also wanted to thank them for sending me the stuff so I could share it with everyone and let you know what I think of it. And you guys could check it out right alongside me. So that is it. I'm totally stoked to try this stuff out. Definitely doesn't take much for me to want to brew. I haven't even had a sip of my beer since I started right now. That's David Heath's Merry Christmas Ale recipe. It's really good. I'm still drinking it. It ain't Christmas no more. So I think I'm gonna call it a night, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, this has been Bradley, and home brewing is good. We'll see you soon.